Awesome. Hi, my name is Andres from Geeks of Color. Hi, Brad. Hi, Matt. Hi, Athena. Pleasure to meet you guys.
Hi.
Hi, Andres.
How you doing?
How are you? Great
Doing.
shirt.
Thank you so much. Yeah, first thing I have for you guys is massive congrats on Maul Shadow Lord. It is legitimately fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
Of course, yeah. First thing I have for you guys is what was the most exciting part of working with a character like Maul, and especially in this capacity?
I think it's how it brought us all together, quite honestly, as a team. At least for me, and the collaboration of incorporating Sam Witwer into the making the character authentic, keeping the character authentic. Getting to witness all those collaborations have been a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah. Sam's great. And along the way, we had a pretty good idea for what we wanted the show to be. And we knew we wanted to show a vulnerable side of Maul. We were all really fascinated with that. Witwer was really fascinated with that. And the more we talked, the more we started making the show, we expanded some of those moments slightly in a fascinating way. I love that part.
For sure. Some of the biggest things that is coming out just from people watching the trailer is the animation style. What is the thought process behind that kind of interesting and creative style?
We've been wanting to upgrade the body mechanics and the facial animation for quite a while now, and we had a good development lead up time to that. So the first thing we did was go into the character rigs to try to see what was missing in terms of pivot points and blend shapes. Once we upgraded those, then we also were able to upgrade the body mechanics and the animation. We were able to ask Sam if he could please provide us with video reference that we then utilized as reference and for his nuances and emotion through the character. So that was a lot of fun.
Amazing. And kind of going off that, I noticed the fight sequences, the lightsaber duels, had a lot of personal flares and touches to them. Did you guys work with like a stunt team and maybe with a little bit of mocap as well, or how'd you guys create that?
Our stunt team was the story team and the animation team.
No
Yeah.
way.
We didn't do any mocap, but what we did is we have some martial artists on our team. One of our best martial artists is our episodic director, Stuart Lee. Love Stu. We've been working with Stu forever. And he's a accomplished martial artist in his own right. But we broke down with Stu the original wushu style of kung fu that Ray Park was doing in Phantom Menace. And we wanted to honor those moves, but using that style, create new moves that were in that style. So carefully would break down, sometimes with drawings, sometimes with how we would shoot our previs. But like Athena was saying, we literally had people in a room with iPhones jumping and leaping and doing crazy stuff so that we could get the gravity right, the physics right, which is really important when you have these space wizards with laser swords. You got to ground it to make it feel realistic. It was some of the coolest fights we've ever done in Star Wars.
Yeah, and it looked amazing, honestly. And it's something that I thought really stood out was Janix, in the world of Janix and how rich and lived in it was like. How did you guys go about creating that? And was there any like references to what you guys were going for?
Here, I'll start with that. Yeah, Dave Filoni had come to us with the concept of Janix and the crater in the city. And he was meeting with us one afternoon and he just started drawing on the board and it started to come to life from there. And then these incredible people made it real.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Syd Mead Blade Runner in it, and we want to make sure we didn't cross over into Coruscant too much. But as the series, as the show is unfolding, we start going to different parts of Janix so we can explore new set pieces, and we wanted it all to have the same vibe as Dave's earliest sketches. We wanted the city to be a character of its own, really.
And we wanted these set pieces that would really enhance the action and the thrill ride nature of the story. It's like a playground.
Oh, and it looked amazing. It really did. And I love the neo-noir kind of vibes that it had as well. I could definitely notice that for sure. Something that I definitely want to make sure and get to is just the crime syndicate aspect of the show, the criminal underworld. Is there any specific little detail inside the Star Wars world, underworld that you guys were excited to get into?
Oh my God, there's so many. It's something that it's part of Star Wars, and it's like that very DNA of the old gangster pictures that George would watch, and we used a lot of modern cinema as well, movies like Heat and The Dark Knight and The Untouchables and The Godfather. I mean, the list could go on for references to kind of inspire us to tell these types of stories.
Amazing. Yeah, obviously, again, guys, massive congrats. This is truly one of my favorite Star Wars show. A beautiful, beautiful project all the way around.
Thank you.
Maul is amazing. So thank you, guys.
Awesome.
Thank
Thanks a lot.
you.
Thank you. Appreciate
Of
that.
course. Have a good night.